Okay, so today we are going to discuss NPTEL DBMS course assignment number 3. And okay, it's a PPT I already kept on my GitHub. So this PPT you can download from there. Now let us start. 10 questions are there again. And this one is basically including relational algebra, ER-to-relational mapping, calculus, triggers that will be new for you, and SQL, embedded SQL also. So let us go through it. Few of the things we have already covered up. Few will be new that will come in the upcoming lectures also. Okay, so let's start. There are 10 questions, and question 1 and 10 are on relational algebra. 2, 3, 4, and 6 are ER to relational mapping. Question 5 and 7 are calculus. 8 is triggers. 9 is embedded SQL. So let's go through them one by one. Okay. So this is our first question. How many tuples does this return? Okay, that is the question. How many tuples will be this uh, expression will return? So select school. School should be kids. That means this one. And then or color is blue. That's kids is green. Okay, so it will not be returned. And then we'll see or because so this one and green one, and yes. Okay, then after that, what else? That's global ed is blue. Okay, or color is blue. This one. Okay, this one is not required. This one. Okay, and LP International is blue. So divide by the set of blue colors. So here we are performing division by the set of blue colors. Okay, so Global Ed and LP International do. Kids is pairs with green. So that this one will be dropped out. This one will be dropped out. Okay, so that gives us two schools. Then union with the schools, then this from this part we'll get two results. And after then we are we are performing union with another part where color should be white. So we have only white, that is adduces. So this one and this one, these three. So three tuples will be our answer. That is your answer. Okay. Okay. Let's we'll go to second question then now. I hope you got it, how to solve these questions. And relational algebra, we already covered it up. If you are not aware about relational algebra, please watch the videos. Okay, let's go to question number 2. So that is a handicraft is made by many artisans, and artisan makes many handicrafts, many to many. Okay, so that is relationship is many to many. Okay, via creates. Fine. Then after that, handicraft is keyed by tag. Handicraft is keyed by tag. Fine. Has one material but is multicolored. Okay. Then we have to pick the correct schema. So two rules decide this. First, many to many relationship becomes its own table with both keys. Creates tag ID. Okay. That means here it is and here it is. These two will match. So B and C will be opted out anyhow. Okay. Second, then this is the key inside. What is the thing? Multicolored. So means color is a multivalued attribute. So we have to check color is a multivalued attribute or not. Okay. Fine. So that one. Next one. Then a multivalued attribute can never sit inside the main row. Okay. It always becomes its own table. It will have its own table. Fine. So handicraft color, tag or color, tag, comma, color. So we need three labels: creates, handicraft, and handicraft color. So this will not work because it needs the multi-valued attribute. It needs its own table. It cannot go inside the main row. That is the reason. Okay, so many to many, first thing we checked, creates both keys, tag, ID. Okay, so anyhow, create tag and ID is available there. So B and C was already opted out. Then we had to check about multi-valued attribute. It needs its own table. Okay, so tag and color. Yes, so it will go with the key and color will have its own separate table which will align with the key. So that is only going on with the D option. So that is your answer. Fine. I hope you got some understanding and some rules are there that we have to follow up while finding answers for these things. Clear? Hmm. So you have to remember this new rule here, which we have not studied earlier. A multivalued attribute always becomes its own table, keyed by the honors key plus the value. This you have to remember. Okay, let's go to question number 3. Fine. So here what is happening? Contact is specialized into personal and professional. Okay. So so contact is personal or professional contact. In these two, is a specialization is being added in these two categories. Correct. Now, which cannot be true out of them? That we have to check. Which cannot be true. So personal has social side and professional has email, their own attribute. Correct. Now let's see. Here is the rule. Everyone forgets with this specialization category. When a subclass becomes a table, when the subclass will become a table, it must carry the parent. It must carry the parent's primary key. Yes, this one, the number. Okay. Yes. Okay. So contact's key is number. Okay. So personal has number plus social site. Personal has number plus social site and professional has number plus email. Correct. So contact has two attributes that is already written. Professional has three attributes. Okay. Let's check them out one by one. So personal has number plus social site. That is at least two attributes should be there, which means n personal equals to 1 is impossible. It will never be 1. Personal and professional will never be 1. Either they can be 2 or 3. Minimum 2 are required. Email plus number, social site plus number. So that is now, it is obvious that these two will never be true. Okay. So that is your answer. Fine. So these are certain things that we have to understand while solving questions. Okay. Okay. So one rule you should never forget is subclass inherits parent's primary key. And that's why one attribute is impossible. Okay. So let's go to next question. That is question number 4. Question number 4 is Windows is a weak entity. Okay. Because it is having a partial key and it is shown as weak. Okay. And its partial key is given as count, comma, glass type. Okay. It is connected to room. Yes, occupant connects to room via room occupancy. Okay, this one. So which statement is true? That we have to find out. So this is the ER diagram given in your question. So we have to look for 4 checks here. Okay. Like first one is occupant to room occupant. Occupant to room occupant. This one. Occupant to room occupant is a single line. First thing. Okay. It is a partial participation. First one. Okay. Not total. So here it is written as total. So this is false. Okay. Now, next one. Windows is weak entity. So its full key is its own partial key plus honors key. Okay. So this one. Windows is a weak entity. So its partial key is honors primary key. Yes. And its own partial key. Correct. So count, comma, glass type and room number are number. this one will be its primary key. Okay. Yes. So count, comma, glass type and room number. Just count and glass type is incomplete. So this one is not a primary key. It is a partial key. It is a partial key. It is not a primary key. Okay. Primary key will be count, glass type, comma, room number, because it has to take the primary key of its owner. Yes. Then only it will be a primary key. So this is also false. Now, next. Next one is third one. Let us check third one. Room occupant. Room OCC is many to many between room and occupant. Okay. It is many to many between room and occupant. Okay. So its key is room number plus OID. So its key is room number plus OID. Both. Okay. This one. What will be the primary key of room occupant? If we will create a table of this relationship, then what will come? Room number and OID. That together will act like a primary key for this. So yes, this one is true. Okay. And then the last check. Last check will be what? Room to room occupant is a single line. That is partial participation. So this is, we checked already with option A. It is partial and it is true. So I hope you got this answer. Let's quickly move to our next question. Okay. So double line is total participation, single line is partial one. Weak entities always include honors key. Fifth question. So fifth question is write the tuple relational calculus for singer IDs whose experience is more than 20 years. Singer schema is given. Select SIDs, singer IDs whose experience is more than 20 years. So we have to write an expression for this. Okay. So here we will check what will be its answer. Select SID whose experience is more than 20 years. Okay, so we have to target this experience column and we need SIDs. Okay, these two things are required. So first we have to take T. So expression of T is, okay, the representation here is, if you are writing like this, it is not a representation of TRC, it is of DRC. So these two are opted out anyhow. Yes, so this is correct. First we will take for tuple T. Okay, then there exists a P which belongs to singer. This is correct. Okay, then we have to check, we have to match the SIDs. So here we cannot write like this because we are not targeting experience over here. First we need SID. Okay, so yes, this is the true. So P belongs to the singer table and this tuple SID should be equal to P SID. Okay, so in the singers table, we have to match this SID first. Okay, and then experience should be greater than 20. So singer itself is not an attribute inside. So anyhow, this cannot be true. So this is the correct expression. So and your experience should be greater than 20 years. So that is our answer. Okay, fine. Okay, great. You can see the explanation. Yes. Question number 6. So question number 6 says there is an animals hierarchy shown. So animals split into 3 subclasses. Yes, omnivores, carnivores, and herbivores. Yes, and they have their attributes given. Correct. Dogs is a subclass of carnivores given to us. So what does dogs inherit? Yes, so that we have to see. Dogs is a subclass of carnivores. Which one is true? We have to find out. So let us check the options. Inheritance flows downward. Yes, so it is transitive. Dogs is under carnivores, which is under animals. So dogs will inherit food choice. Yes, from carnivores and SC name and location from animals. Okay, so that will be the thing. So dogs is inheriting attributes from carnivores and also from animals. So that will be our answers. So dogs inherit from carnivores but not animals. Wrong. Carnivores inherit from dogs. No, no, no. Dogs will inherit from carnivores. Animals inherit from all subclasses. No, no, because dogs is a subclass of carnivores only. So only one is fitting in the answer, that is B. Dogs inherit from carnivores and animals. That's our answer. Very easy. Let's move quickly to question number 7. So question number 7 is convert this DRC, domain calculus, to relational algebra. So we are given with this DRC expression. We have to convert it into relational algebra. So here one attribute is given as A. There exists a B. And then there are two attributes A and B belongs to the relation R. Okay. And the value of B should be 50. Okay, so one thing is clear. We have to select a B value as 50 from the relation R. That is for sure true. Okay, then we want to display, we want to project only this column. So pi A. So you can match. We are not projecting A and B both. Wrong. This select B R, no projection. This one again no projection. So this one is only the answer. I hope you got this. Okay. Fine. So let's move to our next question. Question number 8. Question number 8 says, what does this trigger do? So triggers are what? Triggers are basically stored programs which invoke automatically when the condition is true. Okay. So these are called triggers. So one trigger is being shown over here, which is after delete trigger. And it is created on presentation table, delete from schedule where topic is not in and the condition is given. What does this do? So create trigger delete. This is a syntax of the trigger given to us. We have to tell what does this trigger is doing. So what is happening after delete on presentation for each row? So it fires when presentation is deleted from presentation. Create trigger this after delete on presentation. Referencing old row as old row for each row. Begin. Delete from schedule where topic not in. Select topic from schedule where p number is not equal to old row dot p number. Fine. Okay, so what is happening? It fires when presenter is deleted from the presentation. That is the case. So what does the body do? It runs a delete from schedule. So deleting a presenter from presentation causes records to be deleted from the schedule. So that is happening. Okay, so that is our correct answer. So that matches to only option number A. Deletion of a presenter from presentation deletes records from the schedule also. So that is only happening. Okay. No, here only it is deleting from presentation, but it is deleting from schedule also. No, not C also, not D also. It is only A is matching. So that is our answer. Okay. So delete from schedule. So it removes records from schedule. Clear? Question number 9. Question number 9 is find items where price exceeds a monthly budget in a target month. Both are host language variables. Which SQL is correct? Okay, so we have to find items whose price is greater than monthly budget in the month of the target month. Both are host variables. So this is the a question of embedded query. Okay, so how it will work basically? So answer of this one is D. So here, what is the rule? The rule for embedded SQL is variable from the host program must be prefixed with a colon. Okay. So that is the thing. Must be prefixed with a colon. First one can never be true. No colons. And in this one, only one colon is utilized. So cannot be true. And here, in third option, the month condition is missing. So it can also not be true. So only D. Price greater than colon. Price greater than colon. Okay. Monthly budget and month equals colon target month. So option A has no columns. SQL would think there are column names. These are column names. Only D is complete with both columns. The colon is how SQL knows this is a program variable, not a column. Okay. This is a program variable. Okay. Please remember that. So that is also one rule that you have to remember. So colon is how SQL knows this is a variable from the host program, not a column. Okay. So it is representation of a variable. Okay. I hope you got this. Okay. Last question. Question number 10. So a selection and intersection query is given over here. Multi-select which C names appear. Which C names will appear. So here the expression is project C name. Select from concerts. Hall number should be greater than 2 and genres should be folk. Okay. Project C name. Select event is recorded. Concerts. Which C name will appear? That is our question. So solve each side separately. Left one. Okay, first left one. So what is happening? Whole number is greater than 2 and genre is folk. Okay. Whole number is greater than 2, 3, 4, 3. This one. And genre is folk. Folk, folk. So only two entries. Which ones? Milliputs, Pancham. Yes, these two. Correct. Correct. So event is recorded. Bob Dylan. Correct. Event is recorded as Bob Dylan. Correct. Okay. So Milliputs and Pancham. Now intersect names in both sets. Now we have to intersect the names in both sets and it will give us Milliputs is in both, Pancham is also in both. So Bob Dylan is only in the right set. If you will see, it will only appear in the right set. Okay. And so that will be out. So answer will only remain with Milliputs. Okay. So here you have to remember certain things. Milliputs and Pancham is coming. Right side mein event recorded. That is only Bob Dylan. So when you Bob Dylan, Milliputs and Pancham. When you will perform intersection, only two of them will match, are in common. That is Milliputs and Pancham, and Bob Dylan will be out. So that will be your answer. So that is the thing, your assignment number 3, which is fully solved. And please comment and discuss with me if you have solved this by pausing the videos in between. And okay, good luck for the DBMS course of NPTEL. Already registrations are over. So let's see how will be the exam. And I'll keep posting the next assignments that will be coming on. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for sharing and thank you for subscribing. See you in the next video. Bye.